guys, let's get into it. We're gonna look at opening up the front body a little bit and side body today. So have a block close by, also a strap. If you don't have those, use some of the other options we've talked about, maybe a book, a thick book, or maybe a towel or something like that that you can use, or a scarf for your strap, okay? So take an option whether you want to sit on the block or you can simply sit cross-legged on your mat like this, or just an easy pose with one shin in front of the other. I think I'm going to choose to sit without my block for today. All right, so we're going to move in a little bit of breath into or focusing on the breath in the intercostal muscles, which are those muscles that are our accessory breathing muscles that help us to breathe with ease, and those sit or live within or inside or in between the rib cage, or the pieces of the ribs. So take your left hand down. You're going to take the long side of your thumb and just find a little space in between the ribs that you can comfortably put it in. You're going to feel that where that is immediately. And it doesn't matter which one, just find one and place it there. So sit nice and upright. Take a breath in. On your inhale, you're going to reach and kind of open. So I'm bending my left elbow a little bit. I'm feeling that opening, or a little bit more space now between the ribs. And on my exhale, I'm going to sit back. Take another inhale. I've talked about it before, that mind-body connection. So kind of feeling like you're imagining what that must look like inside of your body, where you're creating more space there. And then maybe find another spot. So I'm going to just take my thumb maybe a little bit higher. Find another section. Come back, reset in the center, and then inhale to open. And exhale. And I'm just going to leave that. So find a comfortable seat again. Maybe switch which leg is in front. And relax the shoulders down. Take a breath or two. Eyes closed or open, whatever feels comfortable. And then the other side. So long side of the thumb. Find a space in between the ribs. Inhale. You can see I'm just taking my time. You don't want to rush it. You just want to go nice and slow. That's why it's so important to open up that side body too. When we think about our breathing, we can often just think about the diaphragm, but the diaphragm, the pelvic floor, these intercostals, there are so many things that play a role in our breath and how we reconnect with that and maintain healthy breathing patterns. Different things can, I'm just moving it to another section here, but as I talk to you, different factors can play a role in why we find difficulty breathing. It could be anxiety playing a role. It could be stress. It could be some physical things, the diaphragm being locked or stuck in certain areas. I know that I face those challenges with my diaphragm, so I'm continuing to do work like this all the time to better my breathing patterns. So it's important to recognize where we have those limitations and send our focus there. Good. So just relax it down. As I said, soften the eyes. Maybe just take a moment. Let's once again take the left hand down, place it softly beside you. Inhale the right arm up. I'm just bending that right elbow down so I can get as much length through the side body as I can. Take an inhale, bring it back up. I'm just going to grab hold of the elbows, lengthen through the spine. Take an inhale, take my gaze upward. So I'm still doing my best not to pop the chest out too much. I'm pulling the ribs back, but I'm lengthening the armpits. And then release. Take the right hand down, reach the left arm across. And bring it back. So let's come on to all fours briefly. Pull the ribs back, draw some awareness around the waist, tuck the toes, come up into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, lift up. Now turn the palm, take it to the lower back, open the chest more. Sometimes it's nice to just hold these poses for a little bit longer. Just linger. Press down a little bit more through that right foot. Draw some stability through the waist. Inhale, lift up. Now take the right arm down and see if you can wrap it around, maybe just to the outer part of that left thigh. If not, take it to the lower back again. But we're going to just stretch off to the side again. Just a little reach. Take the arms back, or back down, downward facing dog. Left leg. Turn the palm, open the chest. You can see here again, we're just trying to soften the gaze. Press down a little bit more through that left foot, engage the belly, lift up. Drop the right arm down this time. I'm lying. Drop the left arm down. Take it to the outer part of the right thigh and then reach across. Feel those side ribs opening again. Take the arms back down, frame the foot, downward dog. Let's actually take a little vinyasa here in the spirit of opening up the front body. So come on into plank, high plank if it's for you, low plank if it's not. Shift your weight forward on a breath in, opening the chest, shooting those collarbones forward. Exhale, inhale. Broaden through the chest. Support the belly or the lower back by drawing the belly back. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Come on down to the knees. So let's take a child's pose variation here. Take the hips back. Take the forehead down. We're just going to come into this first in the center. Find that steadiness in your breath. If it's still feeling hurried, maybe do some counting. And sometimes it's helpful, or even if your focus is lost, to count your inhale. Maybe count for, inhale for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 5. Just begin to lengthen. And then take another breath in. Walk yourself over towards your left knee. Keep reaching longer with that right hand. So as if it's going further than your left. Drop the forehead down. There's that side body again. Take it back. Walk it over. This time towards the right. Reach long. So come on back from your child's pose. Come into downward dog. We're not here for too long. Take your gaze, have a look up in between the hands, and then just take a walk. See where it goes. See if you can bring the feet right in between the hands. Soften the knees a little bit more. Allow your belly to come to your thighs. Exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Let's just stay here with this up and down for a moment. Bring the palms to touch this time. Even let your thumbs wrap around the back of the palms. Lift up, open the chest. Soften the knees, exhale. Inhale it back up. Once again. Open up, lengthen. Exhale. Come in for a half lift, and then bend the knees a little deeper. Come on up into chair pose. We're going to take a shift into the right leg, step the left leg back nice and long, coming into crescent lunge. Pull the ribs back, draw that right hip back. Lengthen the long leg behind you. Take the right arm, sweep it down, and then again, repeat that what we saw earlier. So just taking that hand out to the outer thigh or lower back if that's what feels comfortable. Reach along the side. So reach towards that bent leg. If you lose your balance, just re-establish some focus with the foot pressing down in the front, the waist drawing back, and then release it back up into your crescent. Take the back heel down, spin it down, heel toe that front foot, so the heel of the front foot lines up with the inner arch. Come into warrior two. Find that center. Find that calmness. Lengthen the front leg, reach forward, grab your block if you need it. Come into triangle. But instead of keeping the arm up, again, we want to stretch out or lengthen that side body. So let's turn the palms and reach long. With that top arm. Bring it down, bend that front knee. Come on down to the knees. We're going to come into hero briefly. So see if you can bring your knees together. You may actually want to use your block to sit on behind you. That might be more comfortable. If you can, take the block away. See if you can sit comfortably down onto the mat. I find that I still like to use a block. My quads are pretty tight in my body, so I'm still working through this. Let's bring the arms up. Now bend the right elbow, grab hold of the outside of the left elbow, and then just take the same position with the opposite hand. Lift the chest up, pull the ribs back, but take the gaze up further and see if you can feel like a little tiny upper back bend. Left arm up, right arm up. Take your block away. Come into plank. Take a vinyasa if you'd like to, or straight into downward dog. Left leg lifted up. Step forward into crescent lunge. Press down strong through that front foot. Feel that transition. If you've done the core work with me before, I talk about making sure that we're hugging in around the waist and thinking about these things, not just as we're doing abdominal work or crunch work or core work, but that you are thinking about your body in this area in the transitions. So use your belly to lift up. Drop the left arm down. Take it around to the outer thigh or lower back. Reach. Bring it back up, breath in. Curve or Step the back heel down, warrior two. Check your alignment always. Lengthen the front leg. Take your block. Triangle pose. Inhale and reach long. Feel that lower butt cheek kind of, or your tailbone, moving down towards the heel of the right foot. Bend the knee. Come on down. Hero once again. Block or no block. Arms up. Find the knees a little closer together. See if you can also, if you're using the block, maybe even bring your feet to touch the block. So you should feel it on either side. Take the left arm down first. Grab the elbow, right arm down. Ribs back. Inhale, lift. Open the chest. And then let it go. So, good. Take your block away. We're going to come into a reverse tabletop. So take a seat on your mat. Bring the knees in a little close to you for now. Feel that length and that opening of the spine. What I want you to make a connection with is drawing your shoulder blades together. That's going to be really important here as we move into the pose. So feel that planting or that grounding down of the feet into your mat. We're going to turn or bring the hands back so that the fingertips are facing the direction of the heels. Open your chest. Feel the shoulder blades come together. So I'm actually going to walk my feet out just a little bit more. And again, I want to just feel that drawing together first. So I know that I'm going to have that support ready for when I lift the hips. So if this is all that feels good for you, stay here. Work on this. Work on making that connection. A little more. Inhale, lift the hips up. Still feel those shoulder blades coming together. You can see where my head goes. I'm just letting it kind of come back into a neutral position. If you feel like you need to look forward a little bit, feel free to do that. And pressing down through the feet, pushing through the hands, and wrapping in around the waist. And then slowly take it down. Maybe give yourself a hug and broaden now through that area between the shoulder blades. And we'll go for one more round. Fingertips forward. Inhale, draw them together. Draw in through the waist, inhale up. And take it down. Wrap around. All right, let's take it back. So bring your heels a little, or your tail a little closer to the heels. Lay back. Relax the shoulders. I broke a little sweat there. I don't know about you. That was pretty intense. And I say it quite a bit because it's important to just take some time to connect with how you felt. Was it a little too much? Could you have done a little bit more? Important to kind of reflect on those things as you practice each pose. So just close your eyes for a moment and take that reflection. All right, so lengthen the legs out if they're not already there. I'm just going to push my blocks away a little further. I'm just going to draw my right knee in, pull it in a little close to me, and I'm going to take my left hand to grab the outer part of the knee or the shin and draw that across my body. take a little twist here. Maybe a little relief as well for the lower back, since we were just doing a lot of work to lift it up and using that back body to create some support to open up the front of the body. And just slowly return to my back. And inhale, draw the left knee in. Right hand to the outside. Maybe you want to take a look along the opposite arm or away from the knee to get a little additional neck stretch. It's up to you, or just keep your gaze up to the ceiling of the sky. Whatever you imagine. I like to imagine I'm on a beach in Jamaica, relaxing under the sun, not in the cold Toronto weather. And then just let that go. So there you go, guys. A nice quick practice to get into opening up, like I said, the front of the body, the sides of the body, some places that sometimes we may neglect. And to just reconnect with our breathing as an important part of easing off tension and stress. Hope you enjoyed the practice today. Namaste.